Dear one, before we begin, I invite you to simply pause. Here, now, you have arrived. Not at some distant goal, not at a place of achievement, but here in this breath, in this moment, and perhaps beneath the surface of the day, beneath the busyness of the mind, there is a longing, not for more to do, not for more to fix, but for rest, for deep, nourishing rest, the kind of rest that touches not only the body, but the heart, the spirit, a rest that does not depend on a perfect mind or a perfect life, but a rest that is available now in the simple space of being. And this, dear one, is what we will explore together tonight. Not a technique, not a method, not a task to accomplish, but a gentle unfolding, a soft returning to what has always been here. Awareness, vast, silent, open, holding all things: breath, thought, emotion, sleep. And through this journey, you may find that sleep comes more easily, not because you forced it, but because you stopped forcing, because you remembered how to rest in what is, and perhaps, even more, you may find a way of being that carries into tomorrow, a way of moving through life with more ease, more openness, more softness. And so now, as we begin, you do not need to do anything. You do not need to get ready, and you do not need to try harder. You are already here, already enough. And this breath, this moment, is the doorway. Let us walk through it together, gently, softly, into the vast peace of being. Now, dear one, let us begin. Now you have lain down, resting in your own space still, safe, with no need to hurry anymore. There is nothing more to be done today. No need to become a better version of yourself. No need to force sleep. No need to meditate well. There is only this moment. Can you feel it? The blanket covering your body, the gentle support of the mattress beneath you, the cool air brushing your skin, a few distant sounds somewhere. Perhaps the faint hum of cars in the street, or the soft touch of wind upon the window. And perhaps there are subtle movements within, a trace of memory from the day past, an unfinished story, a tender worry, fragile as mist. All are welcome to be here. There is no need to push them away, no need to cling to them either. Now, let your gentle attention return to the breath. No need to adjust it. Just feel it, breathing in and breathing out, like a door softly opening and closing, all on its own. And as you relax into this breath, you may notice something deeper. There is an awareness present here. It is not that you are trying to be aware. End of teen. This awareness is simply here, like the sky that has always been above. You might gently ask yourself, who is it that knows they are lying here? There is no need for an immediate answer. No need to search. Just let this question settle, like a grain of sand sinking into a still pond. In the moment you listen inwardly, you may touch a vast open space, a deep sky, unhurried, undisturbed by the passing clouds of thought. And should thoughts arise, let them drift by, like autumn leaves upon a stream. You do not need to wade into the stream to catch the leaves. You do not need to block the flow. Simply be the one sitting quietly on the bank, watching. And in this very state, sleep is no longer something to achieve. Oh, sleep will come like a quiet friend, arriving when no longer demanded, Just as you let your arms rest after a long day, they naturally release. So too with your breath. So too with your awareness. And you are that vast sky, ever present, unbound. Now, my dear friend, as you continue to rest here in this quiet space, I invite you to feel how the body itself is already beginning to let go. There is a softness settling in your muscles, a loosening in your shoulders. The weight of the day is slowly melting into the bed beneath you. No effort is required. The body knows how to relax. Just as a leaf knows how to float downstream, you do not need to force sleep. You do not need to control the mind. You do not need to do anything at all. In fact, what if I told you the greatest ease comes when you simply allow yourself to be? Notice now how even as you listen to these words, there is already a quiet awareness present. This awareness is not something you have to create. It is not a tool or a technique. It is more like the sky vast, open, ever present, whether clouds pass through or not. Many people believe they must first clear the mind in order to feel peace. But this is a misunderstanding. It is not necessary to still the waves in order to sense the depth of the ocean. Right now, perhaps thoughts are arising, a memory of today, a plan for tomorrow, a familiar inner voice. And yet, can you notice that even while these thoughts are here, there is a part of you that simply knows they are happening? Who is this knower? Is there a little thinker inside, pushing each thought forward? Or do the thoughts come and go on their own, like birds landing on a branch, then taking flight again? Pause for a moment. Gently notice. Did you decide to think your next thought, or did it simply appear? This is a subtle but profound discovery. Thoughts arise by themselves. They are conditioned patterns, echoes of past experiences, fragments of memory and imagination. And just as you do not beat your own heart or taste your food consciously, so too do you not think each thought. They happen within the vast field of awareness. There is an old Zen saying, "The mind is like the wind. You cannot stop it, but you can learn to hear it without being carried away." What happens when we stop trying to control the wind? We rest. We listen. We allow it to move as it will, and so it is with the mind. You may notice some thoughts come softly, like a breeze. Others come like a sudden gust, an urgent worry, a memory that grips. But regardless of their strength, all thoughts share one thing in common. They arise and they pass. No thought has ever remained forever. None will tonight. Imagine now, sitting beneath a tall, ancient tree above. The branches sway gently. Leaves fall now and then, drifting slowly to the earth. You do not need to catch the leaves. You do not need to stop them from falling. You can simply sit beneath the tree, aware of the falling, aware of the stillness that holds it all. This is how you may rest with your thoughts tonight. Not chasing, no pushing away, just being the open space in which they rise and fall. There is a simple experiment you can try now. As you lie here, become aware of your breath again, rising, falling. Then, watch as a thought appears. Do nothing with it. Simply notice. It comes, it goes, and in between each thought, there is a space, a quiet, a stillness. This stillness does not need to be created. It is already here beneath, around, and within every movement of mind. And this stillness is who you are far more than any passing thought. Tonight, You do not need to believe your thoughts. You do not need to follow them. You can let them drift. Like clouds across the vast sky of your being, there is no goal, no destination. Just resting here, now, as awareness itself. And from this resting, sleep will arise naturally, like dusk, deepening into night. Without effort, let go now, even of the idea of letting go. Simply be, and now, dear friend, as you lie here, resting, with no need to do or become anything, a gentle question arrive. Who is it that is aware of all this? You have noticed the breath. You have noticed the body relaxing. You have noticed thoughts appearing and fading. But who is this I that notices? Is it a solid thing? A fixed self? Sitting somewhere behind your eyes? Controlling everything? Or is it something more mysterious? More open? More spacious? Pause now. Notice this. You are aware of your breath, but you are not the breath. You are aware of sensations in the body, but you are not those sensations. You are aware of thoughts, but you are not the thoughts. And even when there are no clear thoughts, when there is a gap, you are still here. You do not disappear when thoughts stop. So what is this presence that remains? In the Zen tradition, this question is not meant to be answered with words. It is meant to be felt, tasted, experienced. When a young monk once asked his master, "What is my true nature?" the master simply pointed to the sky. No words, just sky. Why? Because sky is not something you can hold. It is not a thing to be grasped. It is vast, formless, yet fully present. And so it is with your own awareness. You cannot find it as an object, yet it is here knowing all that arises. Tonight, as you rest, let this question linger softly. What is it that is aware? Not to answer, not to think about, just to let the question be like a feather drifting on the breeze. You may notice something beautiful. The more gently you rest with this question, the more open everything becomes. There is no need to shrink down into a small self, a story, an identity. You can relax into something much larger, a space that holds all breath, body, thought, sound with equal openness. And as you rest here, you may also notice another subtle truth. Thoughts are not personal. They come and go not because you are making them, but because of countless causes and conditions. Perhaps something you heard earlier today, perhaps a long-forgotten memory, perhaps no reason at all. Just as wind stirs the leaves, so life stirs thoughts in the mind. And like the wise Zen saying, let the wind blow. You need not chase after each leaf. Tonight, there is nothing you must figure out, nothing to fix, nothing to complete. The mind may whisper otherwise. I should think about this. I must remember that. But gently notice, these are just thoughts. You are not required to follow them. Instead, imagine yourself again beneath that vast sky. Clouds drift by, some light and wispy, some thick and dark, but the sky itself is untouched. And you, too, are this sky, the boundless awareness within which all arises. You do not need to become this. You do not need to achieve it. It is what you already are right now beneath the layers of thought. And the more you rest in this knowing, the more the mind begins to settle on its own. Not because you force it, but because there is nothing more to chase. Even sleep itself, no need to chase. Like a bird returning to its nest at dusk, sleep comes when the sky grows quiet. So let us rest now in this openness, in this presence that holds all. There is nowhere else to be. nothing else to do. Only this, the simple, vast, quiet beingness of now. And from this, sleep will arise naturally, like the deepening of twilight into night. Now, dear one, as you rest here, more and more at ease, I'd like to share with you a simple story from the Zen tradition, one that whispers its teaching, not through explanation, but through felt experience. There was once a monk named Chiyono who lived in a small temple at the edge of a forest. For years, she practiced meditation diligently. She sought enlightenment with great effort, sitting long hours, studying scriptures, disciplining her mind, and yet peace seemed always just out of reach. One autumn evening, Chiyono was carrying a bucket of water back to her room. The full moon hung bright above the trees, its reflection shimmering on the surface of the water. As she walked, the old, worn bucket bound with thin bamboo strips suddenly broke. The water spilled out. The reflection of the moon vanished. In that instant, something inside Chiyono opened. She laughed a clear, free laugh and composed this small poem. With this and that, I tried to keep the bucket together, hoping the weak bamboo would never break. Suddenly, the bottom fell out. No more water. No more moon in the water all along. The moon was in the sky, and in that moment, her striving ended. She understood. Peace is not achieved by fixing or controlling the mind. It is found by recognizing what was always already here, the vast sky, the unchanging moon, beyond all appearances in the water. And so, dear friend, as you lie here tonight, you, too, may notice, perhaps you have spent years trying to hold the bucket together, trying to calm the mind, trying to stop thoughts, trying to achieve some perfect state of peace. But what if peace is not something you must achieve? What if it is already here in the vast awareness that holds all things? When you stop striving to fix the surface, you may glimpse the sky that was here all along. The moon is not in the water. Your true nature is not in your thoughts. Let the bottom of the bucket fall out. Let thoughts spill. Let effort dissolve. And rest in what remains the open sky of awareness. Now, returning to this moment, perhaps some thoughts still arise. That is natural. Some may be soft, gentle images. Some may be insistent worries, plans, memories. But like the monk's water, they need not be held. There is no need to grasp, to control. Let the reflections go. Let them move on their own. You remain not as a doer, not as a thinker, but as the clear sky in which all appears. Breath flows, body rests, wind floats, and you simply are. Another Zen saying speaks, let your mind be like a mirror reflecting, but not grasping. A mirror does not cling to the images that pass before it. When the image is gone, the mirror remains clear. And so tonight, thoughts may pass, but you need not cling. Feel how the body softens even more. Feel how the breath moves with increasing ease. The striving fades, the effort melts. There is only this, resting open, effortless. And from here, sleep will come not as a task, not as an achievement, but as the natural deepening of this rest. No more holding the bucket, no more chasing the moon in the water. Only sky, only breath, only being. And in this, a deep, nourishing sleep arises soft as nightfall, timeless as the stars. And now, dear friend, as you continue to rest. So soft, so open. There is nothing you must do. No need to meditate correctly. No need to clear the mind. The simplicity of being just as you are is enough. I'd like to offer you another gentle image tonight, a flowing stream. Imagine now that you are sitting quietly beside a small, clear stream. The water moves naturally, weaving around stones, roots, and fallen branches. There is no struggle in its movement. It does not force itself forward. It does not resist the rocks or twigs in its path. It simply flows with grace, with ease. And now, picture the leaves that sometimes fall upon its surface. Holden leaves, small petals, fragments of the forest. They land on the water, and the stream carries them effortlessly downstream. You do not need to push the leaves away. You do not need to stop them from falling. You can simply sit beside the stream, watching, resting, allowing. And just so, dear one, are your thoughts tonight. They may drift in memories, images, plans, some light, barely noticed, some heavier, full of emotion or urgency, but all are like leaves upon the stream. They appear, they float, and they move on when left untouched. You do not need to stop the thoughts. You do not need to get rid of them. You can simply be the one sitting beside the stream, the one who watches without grasping. There is such relief in this, such freedom. Often, when we struggle with sleep, it is not the thoughts themselves that disturb us, but our effort to control them. I shouldn't be thinking this. I need to stop thinking to fall asleep. Why can't my mind be quiet? And so the mind tightens. The body tenses. Rest becomes distant. But when we let go of this struggle, when we allow thoughts to come and go as they will, rest returns naturally. The stream does not stop because of a single leaf. The flow of your awareness is not blocked by a single thought. You might notice now, some thought may be passing through, a picture of tomorrow, an echo of today, perhaps even the words you are hearing now. And yet, beneath it all, there is the simple presence of being aware. The stream continues flowing, and you, the one watching, remain undisturbed. In Zen, there is a teaching: don't chase after the running mind. Don't suppress the arising mind. Just let mind be as it is, like the sky holding clouds, or the stream carrying leaves. There is nothing to fix tonight, no mind to control, only this open watching, this gentle allowing. And in this allowing, the mind often softens on its own. Thoughts slow, like the stream moving gently through a quiet glade. Breath deepens. The body sinks further into the bed supported by the earth. Notice now how your body is already beginning to feel heavier or lighter, perhaps both. A gentle warmth, a softening. This is the natural unwinding of the day. No effort required. And when thoughts arise, as they may simply smile inwardly, another leaf. No judgment, no pushing away, just watching. And when the leaf floats away, return again to this simple resting, to the stream, to the breath, to the vast awareness in which all appears. Remember, you are not the leaves. You are not even the stream. You are the vast space in which this entire scene unfolds. Untouched, at ease, timeless. And in this spaciousness, sleep arises not as something you do, but as something that simply happens, like dusk deepening into night, like stars appearing as the sky darkens, without effort, without struggle. And so now, rest, as the one who watches, as the one who allows, as the one who simply is. Now, dear friend, as your body continues to relax, as breath flows gently in and out, you may begin to notice something deeper. Not only do thoughts arise and pass, emotions do as well. Perhaps even now, a faint feeling is present, a warmth in the chest, a slight flutter in the belly, a tightness in the throat. These are natural. The body stores echoes of the day, not just thoughts, but feelings woven into its fabric. And so tonight, let us turn our gentle awareness here to the body, to this living, breathing, sensing presence, without judgment, without trying to change anything, simply noticing. Imagine again that quiet stream. Now, beneath its flowing surface, there are small stones, smooth, cool, resting in place. These are like the subtle feelings resting in the body, not good or bad, not obstacles, just part of what is here. Perhaps today held moments of joy, or perhaps moments of stress, frustration, sadness, and traces of those experiences may still linger like ripples in the stream. But just as the stream continues flowing, so too does the life of the body continue moving. You do not need to push the ripples away. You do not need to release or fix the feelings. They too can be allowed to arise, to be felt, and to pass naturally. Often, when strong emotions appear, we instinctively resist. I shouldn't feel this way. Why am I anxious? I need to relax. But notice, resistance is itself another ripple, another layer. And when we release the resistance, even strong emotions begin to soften on their own. Let us try this now. Bring your gentle attention to the body, perhaps the chest, the belly, the shoulders. Notice any sensations present: warmth, coolness, tightness, openness, and simply say inwardly, it's okay for this to be here. No fighting, no needing to change, just allowing. You may notice that some feelings, when allowed, begin to shift naturally, like ripples fading on their own. Or they may remain for a while, and that too is okay. There is no need to rush. Awareness holds them all with infinite patience. In Zen, there is a saying, the great way is not difficult for those who have no preferences. When we do not grasp for good feelings, nor push away difficult ones, peace becomes available, here and now. Not because the world or the body is perfect, but because we stop arguing with what is. So tonight, whatever feelings arise, you can allow them to float like leaves on the stream, or rest like stones beneath the surface. You do not need to become them. You do not need to push them away. You are the space in which they appear vast, open, untouched. And in this space, the body unwinds more deeply. Muscles soften, the jaw relaxes, the breath deepens. You may notice now, the edges between you and the bed are blurring. The body is sinking, supported, safe, and awareness simply watches with great kindness. Emotions may come, they may stay, they may go, but you, the one who is aware, remain constant, like the vast sky above the changing weather. Tonight, there is no need to manage your feelings, no need to sculpt the perfect state of mind. Only this, resting as the space that allows all to be. And in this resting, sleep arrives naturally, like the deepening hush of twilight, like the soft closing of a flower at dusk. No effort, no control, just ease and being. And now, dear one, as your body continues to settle, and your breath moves softly in and out. We will explore how this gentle awareness can be carried into all corners of life, into the small moments, into the challenging ones, into the places where it is most needed. For it is one thing to rest in spaciousness here, lying safely in the quiet of your room. It is another to bring this same openness into the dance of human relationships. Yet this is where true freedom blossoms. Consider for a moment how easily we can become lost in thought, not when alone in stillness, but when we are with others, especially in moments of tension or conflict. Perhaps you can recall such a moment from your own life. Maybe it was just recently, perhaps with a loved one, a friend, a colleague. A conversation began innocently enough. Words were exchanged, and then suddenly something was said, or a tone shifted, or a look was given, and in an instant, something deep inside responded. You may have felt a surge of heat in the chest, a tightening in the belly, a sharp edge to your breath. Thoughts began to spin quickly. How could they say that? They always do this. I must defend myself. I won't let them win. Or perhaps, it's my fault. I've done something wrong. They must be disappointed in me. And so often, before we even realize it, we are no longer resting as awareness. We have become the reaction. We have collapsed into the small, conditioned self, the story of me and them, of right and wrong, of winning and losing. It is such an old, familiar pattern, isn't it? But now, imagine if, in that very moment, something different was possible. Imagine this. The words are spoken. The feeling begins to arise. But rather than immediately contracting, rather than believing the thoughts, you pause even for just a breath. You feel the heat in the chest, and you let it be. You feel the tightening in the belly, and you let it be. You hear the mind's story, and you watch it arise, like clouds forming in the sky. And in that simple act of noticing without resistance, without identification, space opens. The space of awareness is not gone. Even in the midst of conflict, it is only covered like the sky hidden by passing clouds. But the sky itself remains vast, untouched. In that space, a different choice becomes possible. Perhaps a breath is taken, perhaps the eyes soften, perhaps you simply remain silent for a moment, allowing the wave of emotion to pass without riding it into reactive speech. And then, from that space, a clearer response can emerge, one not driven by old patterns, but by presence. It may be a gentle question, rather than a sharp retort. It may be a soft, I need a moment, rather than an impulsive reaction. It may be the wisdom to simply listen, without needing to defend. And this is not passivity. It is profound engagement. Engagement rooted in clarity, not in reactivity. Zen has a beautiful saying, respond appropriately, not react compulsively, but respond with awareness, with openness. Let me share a simple story. A student once asked his master, "What is the essence of Zen?" The master replied, "An appropriate response." At first, the student was puzzled. He expected a grand teaching, a profound insight. But over time, he came to see when one rests in awareness, when one is not lost in thought or clinging to a fixed identity, then each moment reveals what is needed. There is no formula, no script, just a living, responsive presence. You may reflect now, in your own life, where do you most often lose this presence? Where do the old patterns of thought and reaction grip you most tightly? perhaps in family relationships, perhaps at work, perhaps in moments of feeling unappreciated or misunderstood. And can you imagine next time such a moment arises, pausing, even for the space of one breath, feeling the feet on the ground, sensing the body as it is, watching the thoughts arise and not becoming them. You may be surprised how this small pause changes everything. The other person may or may not change. The situation may or may not resolve as you wish, but your experience will shift. You will move from contraction to openness, from identification to spaciousness. And over time, this capacity grows just as you are now training and letting thoughts pass like leaves on a stream. So too can you let emotional waves arise and pass in the stream of awareness. Even now, as you lie here, you can gently imagine such a situation. Picture a recent challenging conversation. See it as if it were happening now, but this time, bring the spacious awareness you are resting in now. Watch the words spoken. Watch the inner sensations arise. Watch the thoughts swirl, and simply remain the space in which all of this appears. No need to fix. No need to analyze. Just watching. Notice how much more freedom exists when you are the space, not the storm. Notice how much softer the heart becomes when you are not defending a small self. And from this softness, compassion arises naturally, not as something forced, but as the natural fragrance of spacious awareness. Compassion for yourself, for the human patterns that arise. Compassion for the other, who is also caught in their own patterns, their own waves. Now, as you rest deeper into this space, notice again how the body continues to soften. Perhaps the breath is slower now. The edges of the body dissolve more into the bed. Thought may still arise, and yet there is more distance, more space. You may find that sleep is already approaching, not because you tried to make it happen, but because you stopped resisting what is. This is the great paradox of awareness. When we stop grasping, what we long for arises naturally. Peace comes, not by force, but by allowing. Rest now in this knowing. Let go of striving, even the striving to sleep well. There is no one here who must achieve anything. There is only this breath, this body, this awareness. And from this ground, life unfolds. Relationships unfold. Sleep unfolds. Like the stream, like the sky, effortless, natural. Rest now, dear friend, in the space that holds all, and let sleep come, as it will. And now, dear friend, as you continue to rest in this openness, let us explore something very precious and very simple. Perhaps you have noticed, the more we rest as awareness, the more life begins to feel spacious, soft, and alive. Not because everything becomes predictable, not because we suddenly know how life will unfold, but quite the opposite, because we become comfortable with not knowing. This is one of the most beautiful qualities that awareness brings, a deep willingness to not know. In Zen, this is often called beginner's mind. Shunryu Zutsuki, a great Zen teacher, once said, "In the beginner's mind there are many possibilities. In the expert's mind, there are few. And when we think we know, when we fix our mind on a particular view, a particular story we contract, we become small. We leave the vastness of awareness and shrink into a narrow identity. But when we allow ourselves to not know, When we meet each moment freshly, without expectation, without a script, then awareness can shine through, and life, in all its mystery, can unfold in ways we could never have predicted. Now, dear one, as you lie here resting, you may sense this directly. Right now, you do not know what the next thought will be. You do not know what the next sensation will be. And if you listen softly, you do not know exactly when sleep will come. And this not knowing is not a problem. It is freedom. It is openness. Imagine again, you are sitting by the stream. You do not know which leaf will fall next. You do not know which ripple will appear. You simply sit, eyes soft, heart open, watching, allowing. This is the spirit of beginner's mind. And this same spirit can be carried into every corner of life. Often, when we feel stuck in relationships, in work, in personal growth, it is because we are holding tightly to what we think we know. I know how this person is. I know how this conversation will go. I know I can't do this. And with each thought of certainty, the space narrows. The mind becomes rigid. The heart closes. But when we pause, when we remember that awareness is vast, not fixed, then each moment becomes new again. A breath is no longer just another breath. It is alive, fresh, unknown. A conversation is no longer a predictable dance. It becomes an unfolding mystery. Even the simplest act, sipping tea, washing hands, lying here, breathing, becomes rich with possibility when we meet it with beginner's mind. And there is great relief in this. For when we no longer have to know, we no longer have to control, and life flows more easily. Now, as you lie here, notice how even now, you do not need to plan the next breath. It arises on its own. You do not need to think the body into relaxation. It happens naturally. And sleep, too, will come not from knowing, not from controlling, but from allowing. There is no formula, no technique that guarantees it. There is only this resting open, soft, unworried, resting in not knowing. Zen has many playful stories about this. One old master was once asked, "What is Zen?" He replied simply, "I don't know." The student was confused. "But master, aren't you supposed to know?" The master smiled. "Knowing is the sickness of the mind. Not knowing is most intimate." This is not ignorance. It is openness. It is the humility to meet life as it is, not as we expect it to be. And you may find the more you practice resting in not knowing, the more ease and joy arise in life. Because the burden of having to be right, the burden of having to control outcomes, begins to dissolve, and relationships soften, and even the self-judgments that once seemed so heavy begin to fade. You no longer need to know how you are doing at sleep, or meditation, or life. You can simply be one breath, one moment, not knowing, alive. Now, notice again how the body feels. Perhaps even lighter now, or heavier. The edges of the body more blurred, breath soft, thoughts perhaps fewer, or simply more spacious. You do not need to track them. You do not need to know when sleep will come. Let yourself drift deeper into this openness. If thoughts arise, "I should do this. I need to remember that." Simply smile inwardly. Thought. Another leaf on the stream. And return to the simple not knowing. Not knowing when the next breath will come. Not knowing what the next sensation will be. Not knowing when sleep will arrive. And in this space of not knowing, sleep finds its home, For it is never the striving mind that brings rest. It is the spacious mind, the beginner's mind, that allows rest to unfold. Now, imagine this openness extending into life. Tomorrow, as you move through your day, what would it feel like to meet each encounter with beginner's mind? To see even familiar faces freshly? To walk even well-known paths with new eyes? This is the heart of Zen practice, not some far-off enlightenment, but the simple, awake presence in this moment. This is available to you now, and it will be here tomorrow, and each day after if you choose to rest in it. Now, dear one, rest even deeper in this not knowing. Let the body soften. Let awareness open. There is nothing you must do, no state you must achieve, no knowledge you must hold. Only this resting, and from this resting, sleep comes soft as a feather drifting down, inevitable as night meeting the earth. Rest now, in beginner's mind, in openness, in not knowing, in peace. And now, dear friend, as your body rests even deeper, and the breath becomes softer and softer, let us explore another image, one that can support you not only in this moment of rest, but in all moments of life. You may recall that earlier, we explored the image of the stream, the leaves drifting by, the emotions and thoughts arising and passing. Now, let us imagine something different. Imagine a great mountain, ancient, still, vast, unmoved by the passing weather. The sun may shine upon its slopes one day. Storm clouds may gather and pour rain the next. Snow may blanket its peak. Winds may howl against its cliffs. And yet, the mountain remains. It does not resist the storm. It does not cling to the sunshine. It simply is present, steady, vast. And in the same way, dear one, your awareness is like this great mountain. The mind may experience joy or sorrow. The heart may open or close. The body may feel vibrant or fatigued. But beneath all these changing conditions, awareness remains unchanged. It simply knows. It holds all experiences like the mountain holds the weather. Now, resting here, feel this mountain-like presence within you. The breath moves, and yet there is something deeper that remains still. Sensations arise and pass, and yet awareness itself does not move. Thoughts come perhaps soft, perhaps loud, but awareness is not carried away. Emotions stir perhaps tenderness, perhaps unease, but the deep presence remains vast and unmoved. This is your true nature, not the changing thoughts, not the passing moods, but this deep, mountain-like awareness. And when we rest, in this truly rest, a profound peace arises, because we are no longer trying to control the weather. We are no longer trying to hold on to the sunshine, nor to push away the storms. We simply allow life to be as it is. And in this allowing, we become free. You may reflect now in your own life. How often have you tried to control the weather of the mind? Perhaps certain thoughts arise, and the mind says, "This should not be here," or an emotion comes, and the body tightens, "I must get rid of this." And yet, like the sky cannot hold the clouds still, like the mountain cannot command the wind, we too cannot control the flow of experience. But we can rest as that which holds it all. We can rest as the mountain. And the beautiful paradox is this: when we stop struggling with the changing weather of life, the weather often softens on its own. The storm passes more quickly when we do not feed it with resistance. The mind grows quieter when we do not chase after silence. The heart opens when we no longer demand that it be a certain way. So now, as you lie here, supported by the earth, feel the steadiness beneath you. The bed holds you. The ground beneath the bed holds it. The earth itself holds all. And this is not different from the awareness that holds your experience. Breath flows, thoughts drift, sensations arise, and yet awareness holds it all, unmoved. And just as the mountain does not say, "I must remain peaceful," so too you do not need to achieve any special state. You are already this presence. You are already this unmoved knowing. Zen has a beautiful phrase, "Sit like a mountain," end quote. It does not mean to become rigid. It means to rest in the vastness that does not cling, does not resist. You may find this helpful not only here, but in moments of life that feel challenging. Imagine this: a difficult conversation begins. Emotions start to rise. The mind begins to spin. And then you remember, I can be the mountain. You feel your feet on the ground. You feel the breath moving. You remember the space that holds it all. And from this remembering, the storm may still swirl, but you do not lose your center. You do not lose the vastness of awareness. And often, this simple shift changes everything. Words spoken from awareness are softer, clearer. Actions taken from awareness are wiser, kinder. And even when the outer situation remains stormy, the inner space remains open. Now, as you lie here, feel this quality in your own being. The breath continues. Naturally, the body softens. Moment by moment, thoughts may still arise, that is fine. Emotions may still stir, that too is fine. But beneath it all, beneath the waves, is the vast, unmoved presence of awareness. Rest there now, not as a practice to do, not as a goal to achieve, but as your natural state. You are not trying to be the mountain. You already are. You are the awareness that holds all of this. And as you rest deeper in this knowing, sleep may already be approaching like mist, gently wrapping the mountain at dusk. No force, no need, just the natural deepening of rest. Let yourself be held now by the earth, by the bed, by awareness itself. There is nothing to achieve, no one to be, just this: breath moving, body resting, awareness unmoved. And from this resting, the body and mind know how to enter sleep. You do not need to make it happen. It will arise naturally. From this openness, like the mountain at night still, lost, at peace beneath the stars. Rest now, dear one, rest as the mountain, and let sleep come, as it will. Now, dear one, as you rest deeper in this gentle openness, let us explore another story from the Zen tradition, one that speaks to the heart of this path, the path of letting go, of striving, letting go of seeking, and resting in what already is. There is an old parable in Zen, known as the ox-herding pictures, a series of images and teachings that describe the stages of practice and realization. Let me tell you a part of this story, in simple words, so that it may accompany you tonight. As you drift towards sleep, imagine a young monk, long ago, living in a small mountain temple. He had studied diligently scriptures, chants, meditation, but still, deep in his heart, there remained a sense of longing, a feeling that something was missing, that there was still some great truth he needed to find. One day, he heard his teacher speak of a great ox, a symbol for the true self, the awakened nature, The teacher said, "Most people live their lives chasing shadows, but the true self is like an ox strong, simple, always here. If you seek it with sincerity, you will find it." And so the young monk set out. He wandered through forests. He climbed steep hills. He crossed rivers. He searched in books. He searched in silence. He searched and searched tirelessly. And then, one day, by a quiet stream at sunset, he saw tracks, footprints of the ox, a glimpse of the truth. His heart filled with excitement. "At last I am close," he thought. He followed the tracks eagerly, and soon he caught sight of the ox itself grazing calmly beneath a tree. Its presence was simple, natural, nothing grand, yet deeply real. "Now I see it," the monk said. "Now I must catch it, tame it, bring it back." And so began the next stage of his journey. He tried to grasp the ox, to lead it, to control it. But each time he tightened his grip, the ox pulled away. The more he tried to own it, the more restless it became. Until at last, exhausted, the monk sat down. He let go. He stopped trying. And in that moment, the ox walked quietly to him, of its own accord, and rested by his side. Over time, the monk and the ox became one, moving together in harmony, until one day, even the idea of the ox faded. Even the idea of the monk faded. There was no seeker, no sought, only the natural simplicity of this moment. And the final picture in the story shows no ox, no monk, just a person walking back into the marketplace, carrying nothing, eyes open, heart soft, living life fully. Now, dear one, why do I tell you this story tonight? Because it speaks so clearly to the journey of awareness and to the way we often relate to sleep, to peace, to ourselves. At first, we hear that there is something to find, some perfect state, some great peace. And so we search. We try to catch awareness. We try to achieve stillness. We try to make sleep happen. But the more we grasp, the more restless things become. The more we strive, the more distant peace seems. And yet, when we stop trying, when we rest in allowing, when we trust the natural unfolding of life, then awareness reveals itself simply, naturally. Then sleep comes gently, without effort, and we see the peace we sought was never elsewhere. It was always here, beneath the striving, beneath the seeking, just as the ox was always present, not something to catch, but something to recognize. Now, as you lie here, perhaps you can feel this directly. There is no special state you must achieve. You do not need to find awareness. It is already here. You do not need to make the mind quiet. It will settle on its own, like a pond clearing. When left undisturbed, you do not need to force sleep. Sleep will come naturally when there is no more grasping. Let go now of all seeking. Let go of trying to do it right. Let go of needing to get somewhere. Rest as you are. Awareness is here. Breath is here. The body rests, supported, and the mind is free to settle or to move without judgment. Perhaps even now, you notice thoughts arise. Am I doing this right? When will I fall asleep? Is my mind quiet enough? Smile gently toward these thoughts. They are just more tracks in the forest. No need to follow. No need to push away. Let them come, let them go, and return again to this resting, to this breath, to this awareness vast as the mountain, soft as the sky, and in this resting, peace deepens. Sleep approaches like dusk, thickening into night. No force, no control, just the natural unfolding of life. And when sleep comes as it will, let it be a letting go, not an achievement. Like the monk walking home from the forest, empty-handed, eyes soft, heart open. There is nothing to catch, nothing to hold. Just this simple, precious moment unfolding, breath by breath. Now, dear one, rest deeper. Let the tracks fade. Let the ox return to its natural place. And let yourself be held in the vast, gentle embrace of awareness. Sleep is near now. Let it come. Let it be. Rest and be at peace. Now, dear one, as you rest even deeper, let us turn gently toward another layer of your experience, the realm of emotions. For just as thoughts arise and pass, so too do emotions flow through the body, through the heart, like currents in a great river. And often, we relate to emotions in much the same way we relate to thoughts, with grasping, with resistance, with the wish to control. But tonight, let us approach them differently. Let us meet them as part of the natural unfolding of life. Imagine again, if you will, the quiet stream we visited before, but now, beneath the surface of the water, there are stones, some smooth, some rough, some large, some small, and as the water moves, it flows over these stones gently, continuously. Sometimes it ripples, sometimes it swirls, but it does not stop. It does not cling to any one stone. It simply moves endlessly, effortlessly. And so it is with emotions. They arise, they flow, they change. And when we allow them to do so, when we do not try to dam the river or grasp at the stones, they pass naturally. But so often, when a strong emotion arises, fear, sadness, anger, even joy, the mind rushes to label it, to analyze it, to judge it. This should not be here. I should not feel this way. Or I must hold on to this happiness. And in that moment of grasping or resisting, we create tension. The river cannot flow freely. The body tightens, the mind spins, and peace feels far away. But there is another way, a softer way, and it begins with the simple willingness to feel, to allow whatever is here to be here, without judgment, without story, without the need to change anything. So now, dear one, as you lie here, bring your gentle awareness to the body. Feel the contact of the bed beneath you, the weight of the blanket, the movement of breath. And now, simply notice, is there any emotion present? Perhaps a subtle restlessness, perhaps a lingering sadness from the day, perhaps a quiet joy, a contentment, or perhaps a kind of numbness, a blank space. Whatever is here, it is welcome. You do not need to name it. You do not need to understand it. Simply let it be felt as sensation, as energy, moving in the space of awareness. Perhaps you feel a warmth in the chest, a heaviness in the belly, a fluttering near the throat. Let it be. Let it move, like the stream flowing over stones. And if the mind begins to speak, "Why is this here?" or "I need to fix this," smile inwardly. These are just more thoughts, leaves on the stream. Let them drift by. Return again to the simple act of feeling, of being with what is here. Zen teaches us that when we stop resisting what is, great ease arises. For it is not the presence of emotion that causes suffering, but our resistance to it. The fear of fear, the shame of sadness, the grasping after joy. When we let go of this resistance, even the strongest emotions soften. Not because we forced them to change, but because we allowed them to move, as they naturally do. Now, as you lie here, notice again the breath, soft, unforced, and in this breath, space opens, room for all things to be, room for the river to flow, and in this space, the body relaxes further, the mind grows quieter, the heart softens. You may notice now sleep drawing nearer, not as a goal, not as an achievement, but as a natural unfolding of this deep allowing. There is no need to push away what is here, no need to chase after what is not here, only this simple presence, breath, body, awareness, and whatever emotions may arise, they too are part of this great flow. Trust the river. Let it move as it will. You are the space in which it flows. You are the sky that holds the changing weather of the heart. You do not need to be free of emotion to be at peace. You need only to stop resisting, and peace arises naturally beneath all things. Now, dear one, rest even deeper. The body knows how to sleep. The heart knows how to heal. The river knows how to flow. Trust this. Let yourself be carried, and as you drift towards sleep, know, whatever arises, you can meet it with this gentle allowing. You are not the emotion. You are the space in which it appears, and that space is vast, unchanging, free. Rest now as that space, and let sleep come, softly, naturally, in its own time, just as the river flows, just as the stars shine, without effort, without striving. Rest and be at peace. Now, dear one, as you rest even deeper in this gentle space, I invite you to explore a simple image with me, one that can help soften the heart even more and allow for deeper rest to unfold naturally. Imagine again that clear, quiet stream, the one we have visited before in these gentle moments together. But now, let us look closer. Beneath the surface of the stream, there are stones, some small and round, some large and jagged, some smooth with age, worn by the flow of water, others newer, with sharper edges, and the water flows over them all, softly, without resistance, without needing to move them, without needing to make the stream perfect. Over 7, it simply flows, and this is how emotions live in the body. In the heart, some emotions are like the small, smooth stones barely noticed. Familiar, contentment, mild curiosity, a sense of ease. And others are like the sharp, heavy stones, harder to be with. Sadness, grief, fear, anger, shame. And yet, the stream does not stop because these stones are present. It does not say, I must remove these sharp stones before I can flow. Is correction. It does not judge the stones. It does not argue with them. It simply flows as it always has, as it always will. And in the same way, dear one, awareness holds all emotions, without needing to fix them, without needing to force them to go away. You, 2 can be the stream. You can allow all of these stones, these feelings, to be here, without resistance, without clinging. And the more you rest in this simple allowing, the more the body softens, the more the mind lets go of striving. And peace arises not because the stones are gone, but because you are no longer fighting the river. Now, as you lie here, notice again the body, the breath, the heart. Perhaps there are feelings here, soft or strong. Perhaps you can sense them as stones in the stream, and let the breath be the water flowing gently over them. You do not need to pick up the stones. You do not need to polish them or push them away. Simply allow them to rest where they are, and let the stream move softly, naturally. This is the heart of awareness, a vast space that makes room for all things. And when the heart is allowed to feel in this way, a great healing begins. For so much of our suffering comes not from the presence of difficult feelings, but from our resistance to them, from the tight grip we place around them, from the story we weave about them. But here, now, in this resting, there is no need to grip, no need to weave a story, no need to judge. Only this: breath moving, awareness open, emotions allowed. And in this space, even the sharpest stones grow smoother with time, not because you made them so, but because life itself, awareness itself, wears away their edges with the soft flow of presence. This is why the stream can be trusted. This is why awareness can be trusted. You do not need to fix yourself to find peace. You do not need to become someone else. You do not need to get rid of any part of yourself. You need only to allow what is here and rest in the vastness that holds it all. Now, as you rest deeper, feel how the body is already doing this. Perhaps there is warmth in the chest, or a heaviness in the belly, or a lightness spreading through the limbs. There is no right way to feel, no wrong way to feel. All is welcome. Let the breath be the stream. Let awareness be the space through which all flows. And when thoughts arise as they may, or when a feeling grows stronger for a moment, simply return to this image. Stones in the stream, breath flowing gently, awareness wide and open, and the stream continues with no effort, no force. And as this resting deepens, you may feel that sleep is already approaching softly, naturally. For when we stop gripping, when we stop resisting, life moves toward harmony on its own. Just as the stream finds its way around every stone, just as the river carves its path through the land, there is no need to hurry, no need to force. Let the stream flow. Let emotions be as they are, and trust deeply in this natural movement of life. You are not separate from this flow. You are not separate from this vast awareness. You are the space in which all of this is happening, and this space is already at peace. Even when waves move across its surface, even when sharp stones rest in its depths, peace is not the absence of feeling. It is the openness to feeling, the spaciousness that allows all things to be. Now, dear one, as you drift deeper into this resting, let the stream carry you. Let the breath soften even more. Let the heart be as it is. And let sleep come not as something to do, but as something that arises from this deep allowing, like the stream moving to the sea, without striving, without control, only this gentle, endless flow. Rest now, dear one, as the stream, as the space that holds the stream, and be at peace. Sleep is near. Let it come. Let it be. And rest now, dear one, as your body continues to rest in this deep space of allowing. let us turn gently toward another beautiful truth, one that can free the heart in every moment of life. It is this: awareness, peace, presence. They are not reserved for special moments. They do not require perfect stillness, or profound insights, or long hours of meditation. They are available here, now, in this very breath, in this very moment, and they are just as available in the ordinary moments of daily life as they are in moments of deep rest. Zen teachers often say, ordinary mind is the way. Not a special mind, not a pure mind, not a mind free from all thought or feeling, but ordinary mind, this very mind, just as it is. And when we rest in awareness, we begin to see there is no separation between so-called spiritual practice and the living of daily life. Drinking tea can be an expression of presence. Washing hands can be an expression of presence. Walking down the street, hearing the birds, feeling the air, all can be expressions of presence, because awareness is always here, and every moment is an opportunity to return to it. Imagine this: you wake in the morning. There is the sensation of the bed beneath you, the cool air on the skin, the sound of distant birds, and already, without needing to do anything, awareness is present. You rise. Perhaps you prepare tea or coffee, the warmth of the cup in your hands, the steam rising, the first sip simple, rich, alive. No need to turn this into a special ritual. No need to do it right. Oh, simply being with what is here. This is presence. This is awareness. Later, perhaps you wash the dishes. The warmth of the water, the texture of the soap, the sound of water flowing. Again, no need to escape the moment. No need to rush through it to get to something more important. This is life. This is the way. And when we live like this softly, openly, simply, the whole of life becomes a kind of meditation, not a practice of effort, but of ease, of returning again and again to what is here. And there is a great freedom in this, because it means we do not need to chase special experiences. We do not need to seek perfect conditions. We do not need to wait for the mind to be perfectly still. Awareness is already here, and this moment, this very moment, is enough. Zen stories often illustrate this truth. One of my favorites is very simple. A monk asked his teacher, "What is enlightenment?" The teacher replied, "When hungry, eat. When tired, rest." End quote. So simple. And yet, how often do we eat without tasting? How often do we rest without truly allowing ourselves to rest? Always. The mind is racing ahead to the next thing, the next thought, the next task. But when we return to this moment, this bite, this sip, this breath, peace is here. No special state needed. And so it is even now. As you lie here, there is no need to achieve a deep state. There is no need to make the mind quiet. The breath is moving. The body is resting. Awareness is here. And this is enough. Even sleep, when approached in this way, becomes less of a goal and more of a natural unfolding. Just as we drink tea when thirsty, just as we rest when tired, sleep comes when the body is ready. Not because we force it, but because we allow it. And the same is true for all of life. The more we stop striving to make life different than it is, the more we open to the richness of each moment. Walking becomes a meditation. Speaking becomes a meditation. Listening becomes a meditation, not through technique, but through presence, through this simple allowing of what is, Now, dear one, perhaps you can imagine how this might feel tomorrow. Moving through your day with a little more softness, a little more openness, a little more curiosity toward each moment, not rushing to the next thing, not caught in the stories of the mind, but meeting life as it is with awareness. This is the true fruit of practice, not some distant enlightenment, but the simple joy of being here, of tasting life fully, of meeting each moment as a friend. And this is available to you, always. You do not need to be different. You do not need to get it right. You need only to remember, awareness is here, and this moment is enough. Now, as you rest even deeper, perhaps sleep is drawing nearer. Feel the breath. Feel the body softening. Feel the space of awareness wide, open, welcoming, and know you do not need to do anything more. No need to try to sleep. No need to achieve peace. Just rest. Just be. And let life unfold, as it always does, moment by moment, breath by breath. Now, rest, dear one, and let sleep come softly, naturally, as it will. Now, dear one, as you rest deeper and deeper in this open space, I would like to offer a gentle reflection, one that may help dissolve any last remnants of striving or expectation around sleep. So often, we approach sleep as something to be accomplished, something to succeed at, and without realizing it, this very approach can create tension. The mind whispers, "I must sleep," end of quote, or "Why am I not asleep yet?" And suddenly, rest becomes effort. Ease becomes striving, and the natural flow of sleep is blocked by the very desire for it. But what if sleep is not something to achieve? What if it is something to allow, something that arises naturally, like breath, or like the coming of dusk? No one commands the sun to set. It happens in its own time, and no one commands the body to sleep. The body knows, it remembers, even if the mind forgets, even if there have been restless nights before. The deep intelligence of the body is always here, and it knows how to rest. Now, as you lie here, notice there is no need to try to sleep. In fact, the more we try, the more elusive sleep becomes. But when we rest as we are, without grasping sleep, often comes on its own. Zen teaches us the art of non-doing, of wu-wei effortless action, or rather, effortless being. And this is especially true for sleep. You do not need to do sleep. You do not need to make the body sleep. You need only to rest in awareness and to let the body follow its natural rhythm. Now, you might ask, but what if sleep doesn't come? And this, too, can be met with kindness, with openness. For even rest itself, even lying here quietly, breathing, being nourishes the body, heals the mind, softens the heart. Sleep is beautiful, but rest is beautiful too. And when we let go of needing the night to be a certain way, often it unfolds more easily. Now, imagine this. You are lying beneath the stars. There is no clock, no schedule, no demand, just the vast night sky, the breath moving, the earth beneath you, and all is well whether sleep comes now, or later, or in its own perfect time. You are part of nature, and nature does not rush. The trees do not strain to grow. The river does not force itself forward. The clouds do not hurry across the sky. And you too can rest in this natural flow, trusting the body, trusting the breath, trusting the unfolding of this night. And even now, you may notice, as soon as the mind lets go of needing sleep, the body relaxes more, the breath deepens, tension dissolves, and often in that very letting go sleep arises, not because we chased it, but because we stopped chasing. So now, dear one, give yourself permission to simply rest, to lie here in awareness, with no goal, no pressure, no expectation, and to know this is enough. This moment, this breath, this resting is enough. And if sleep comes, welcome it like a gentle visitor. And if it does not come right away, rest anyway, knowing that the body is still being nourished by this openness. Zen has a saying, when walking, walk. When eating, eat. When resting, rest. No need to add anything extra. No need to do anything more. Just rest. And from this resting, life moves naturally. And sleep, too, will come like the tide, rising and falling in its own time. There is no rush, no deadline, only this soft being. Now, as you lie here, feel how the body knows this. Feel how each breath comes and goes without effort, how the muscles release bit by bit, how awareness holds all of this spacious, kind, untouched, and with each breath, the space of rest deepens. And if thoughts arise, am I asleep yet? How long has it been? Simply smile toward them. Like leaves on the stream, let them pass, and return again to this simple resting, this breath, this awareness, and in this openness, trust that sleep will come when it is ready. Just as flowers bloom in their own season, just as the moon rises in its own hour, let this night unfold as it will, and rest in the deep peace of allowing you are already enough. You do not need to do more. You do not need to be different. You can rest as you are, and from this resting, sleep will come. Softly, naturally, in its own time. Now, rest deeper still and be at peace. Now, dear one, as you continue to rest so deeply, breath soft, body heavy, mind spacious, I invite you to explore one more gentle truth, one that can carry you softly into the depths of sleep. It is this: awareness does not disappear when you sleep, even as the mind moves into dreams, even as the body surrenders to rest. Awareness remains soft, open, untouched, and when we know this not as an idea, but as an experience, we can let go even more deeply into sleep, trusting that awareness will carry us. Consider this: have you ever woken from a dream and remembered it vividly? Perhaps you even knew, while dreaming, that it was a dream. Or perhaps, in the middle of the night, you noticed the soft hum of awareness, even though thoughts were far away. This is because awareness is not dependent on waking or sleeping. It is not bound by states of mind. It is like the sky. The sky does not vanish when clouds cover it, nor does it disappear when night falls. It remains vast, open, always here. And in the same way, awareness remains whether the mind is awake, dreaming, or deeply asleep. Now, as you lie here, you may feel this directly. Thoughts may have slowed. The body may feel distant, light or heavy. Sleep may be near. And yet, awareness is here. Knowing the breath, knowing the body resting, knowing even the fading of thoughts. This is the space that holds all states: waking, dreaming, sleeping, and it is trustworthy. You can rest into it fully. In Zen, this is sometimes called sleeping in awareness. Not as a practice to achieve, but as a natural unfolding. When we stop grasping at sleep, when we stop fearing the loss of consciousness, we can rest in awareness itself and let the body sleep as it will. Now, imagine this. The mind is like a vast sky, and dreams are like clouds arising, changing, passing. You do not need to chase them. You do not need to control them. You can simply rest as the sky, open, vast, unmoved. And even as the body moves into sleep, even as dreams arise, this sky-like awareness remains soft, spacious, luminous. You may even find that sleep becomes sweeter this way, less heavy, less lost, more like floating in a vast space of peace. Because when we sleep in awareness, there is no clinging, no striving, no fear, only allowing, and life moves more gently. Now, as you lie here, perhaps you can feel this already. Sleep may be coming close. The edges of waking mind may be dissolving, thoughts more diffuse, the body softer still. And yet, awareness is here, subtle, silent, present. Let yourself rest in this space. No need to stay aware, hover. No need to do anything. Simply trust. Awareness knows, and it will carry you through waking, through dreaming, through deep sleep, like the earth holding a tree through all seasons, like the sky holding the stars. Whether seen or unseen, there is no effort needed, only trust and release. And from this release, sleep arises more naturally, more deeply, more peacefully. Now, dear one, if dreams arise, let them drift. Let them move like clouds across the sky. No need to analyze, no need to cling, just resting in the vastness. And if awareness fades for a time, that is fine. There is no failure. Awareness remains, whether noticed or not, just as the sky remains, whether we see it or not. And in this gentle knowing, the heart softens even more. The breath slows, the mind surrenders, and deep rest becomes possible. So now, dear one, rest even deeper. Trust this awareness. Trust this unfolding. There is nothing more to do, nothing more to achieve. Only this soft, natural being. And as you drift into sleep, know that awareness remains. Silent, spacious, loving, holding you through the night. Breath by breath, dream by dream. Rest now as the sky, as awareness itself, and let sleep come gently, naturally, in its own perfect time. Now, dear one, as you rest here in this vast openness, breath slow, body soft, awareness wide, let us explore one more gentle truth, one that can bring great ease to the heart and help dissolve even the subtlest tensions. It is this: you do not need to become anyone else. You do not need to achieve some special state. You do not need to be more spiritual, or more peaceful, or more enlightened. End of quote. You can rest as you are, right now, in this moment, just this. And this is enough. So often, without realizing it, we carry deep layers of striving, not only in daily life with its endless to-do lists and ambitions, but even on the inner path. We imagine that we must become someone better, that we must fix ourselves, that we must reach some exalted state of mind before we can truly rest. And this subtle striving creates tension. Even now, perhaps a small voice whispers, "Am I doing this right? Have I progressed enough? Shouldn't my mind be quieter?" But dear one, listen softly. There is no final version of you to become. There is no perfect state to reach. Awareness is already here. Peace is already here. Not in some future moment, but now. In this breath, in this resting, Zen teachers often remind us, this very mind is Buddha. End of place, not some purified, transformed mind, but this mind, this breath, this moment. And when we stop striving to be other than we are, a great relief arises, because the heart knows it is safe to be as I am. Nothing needs to be fixed before I can rest. Nothing needs to be added. Nothing needs to be taken away. Now, as you lie here, perhaps you can feel this. The body breathes, the heart beats, awareness knows, and there is no need to add anything to this. No need to polish the moment. No need to make it more spiritual. Oh, it is already whole, already enough, just as you are. Zen stories often playfully point to this truth. One story tells of a student who came to his teacher and said, "Master, I seek enlightenment. Please show me the way." "Oh," the master replied, "who is it that seeks enlightenment?" The student paused. He searched within, but the more he searched, the more elusive the seeker became. And finally, in a moment of deep letting go, he laughed. For there was no seeker apart from awareness itself. And in that seeing, striving fell away, and peace arose, not because he had found enlightenment, but because he had stopped searching for what was already here. And so it is for us. There is nothing to chase, nothing to grasp. You do not need to become a perfect version of yourself before you can rest. You do not need to be free of thoughts. You do not need to banish every emotion. You need only to allow yourself to be as you are, breath by breath, moment by moment. And this allowing is itself the doorway to deep peace. Now, as you lie here, notice again the body. Perhaps there is stillness. Perhaps there is some restlessness. Perhaps there is ease. Perhaps there is tension. All is welcome. Nothing needs to change. Feel the breath. Soft, natural. Feel awareness, holding all of this. Without judgment, without demand. And let this be enough. You are not on a journey to become someone else. You are on a journey of remembering who you already are. A vast space of awareness. A deep presence that has never been absent. And when this is remembered, even for a moment, great freedom arises. Because the need to improve falls away. And life can be lived more lightly, more openly, more joyfully. Now, dear one, as you rest here, imagine tomorrow. Imagine moving through the day without the weight of self-improvement, without the pressure to be other than you are, meeting each moment with kindness, meeting yourself with kindness, and knowing this, too, is practice. This, too, is the way. You are enough. This moment is enough. And from this knowing, sleep becomes easier, for the mind softens, the heart opens, and the body relaxes. Now, if thoughts arise, I should sleep now. I must be calm. Simply smile toward them. They are just thoughts. No need to follow. No need to fight. Let them pass, like clouds across the sky, and return to this simple being. Breath moving, body resting, awareness wide. And in this resting, trust that sleep will come naturally, softly, in its own perfect time. You do not need to make it happen. You do not need to become someone else to deserve it. You are already worthy, already enough, already whole. Now, rest deeper still. Let go of striving. Let go of becoming. And simply be as you are. And let sleep come gently, freely, in its own time. Now, dear one, as you rest here, so soft, so open, let us explore one more gentle truth, one that can free the mind even further. It is this: there is no you who must sleep, no little self sitting inside, pulling levers, trying to make sleep happen. And when we see this even faintly, a great relaxation comes, because the burden of doing sleep falls away. You see, much of the tension we carry at night arises from this subtle sense of self, the belief that I must sleep, that I must get it right, that I must control the process. But just as the heart beats on its own, just as the breath moves on its own, sleep, too, arises naturally when we stop trying to do it. There is no thinker behind each thought, no breather behind each breath, no sleeper behind the process of sleep. Life unfolds. Awareness knows. And the sense of I is simply one more arising in this space. Now, this may sound strange at first, but let us look gently. Right now, can you find the one who is doing this breath? Or does breath simply happen? Can you find the one who is creating these thoughts? Or do thoughts appear on their own? And can you find the one who will make sleep happen? Or will it, too, arise from the natural intelligence of the body? Alan Watts often spoke of this. He would say, "You do not come into this world. You come out of it, like a wave from the ocean, upward." And just so sleep arises from life itself, not from a separate doer, not from a little I pushing the right buttons. Now, as you lie here, notice how freeing this is. You do not need to perform sleep. You do not need to engineer it. You need only to rest in this open space, letting go of the story of me who must sleep. And in that letting go, sleep often comes more easily, because tension dissolves, because striving fades, and life flows naturally. Now, imagine this. You are the sky, and the sense of I, the little self, is like a passing cloud, sometimes thick, sometimes faint, but always just an appearance in the vast space of awareness. And as you rest deeper, even this sense of self can fade, not through force, but through simple allowing. Thoughts dissolve, the sense of me fades, and awareness remains silent, is spacious, at ease. And from this space, sleep arises naturally, just as waves arise from the ocean, just as clouds form in the sky, without anyone doing it. This is the deep rest of non-doing. Now, as you lie here, if a thought arises, I must sleep soon, or am I doing this right? Simply smile. That, too, is just a cloud, just a passing ripple. No need to follow, no need to resist. Return again to this openness, this breath, this vast awareness, and let all things unfold as they will. In truth, there is no you who who must sleep. There is only life, moving as it does, awareness, knowing as it does, and sleep, arising when it will. And this is deeply freeing, because when we stop trying to control life, life moves with greater ease. Now, as you rest, imagine the body is like the earth, the breath is like the wind, thoughts are like clouds, and awareness is the vast sky. There is no separate self controlling these things, only life, unfolding naturally. And in this knowing, a deep letting go is possible. No I to carry the weight, no I to strive. Just this breath, just this resting, and from this resting, sleep comes, as it will, softly, naturally, like dusk fading into night. No one makes the night come. It simply comes, and so it is with sleep. Now, rest deeper still. Let go of the story of I'll there. Let go of the need to succeed at sleep. There is no need. Life knows the way. Awareness holds all. And you are this awareness, this vast, silent space. And in this space, all things arise and pass. Thoughts, sensations, dreams, even the sense of self, all flow through this open sky. And the sky remains untouched, at peace. Now, dear one, rest in this sky. Let the breath flow, let the body soften, let the mind dissolve, and let sleep come gently, freely. In its own time, there is nothing more to do, nothing more to become. Only this soft being, this gentle resting, this vast openness. Now, rest deeper still and be at peace. Now, dear one, as you rest here, breath soft, body heavy, awareness wide, let us explore one more gentle image together, one that may help loosen even the subtlest grasping and open the heart to deeper ease. It is the image of the dream and the dreamer. Consider this. Each night, in sleep, dreams arise, scenes unfold, characters appear, stories are told, and in the midst of dreaming, it often feels as though I am in the dream. I am walking. I am speaking. I am acting. But when we awaken, we see all of it, the people, the places, the events arose within the mind. There was no separate I inside the dream. The dream unfolded from the ground of awareness. And in the same way, dear one, much of waking life is like this. Thoughts arise, sensations arise, feelings arise, and we say, I am thinking, I am feeling, I am doing. But in truth, these too are movements within awareness, not separate from it, not controlled by a little self inside. They are like waves on the ocean, like clouds in the sky, and awareness is the vast space that holds them all. Now, why is this helpful to know? Because when we see this even a little, we stop grasping so tightly. We stop believing that we must control every wave. We stop believing that we are the waves. And instead, we rest as the ocean itself, vast, unmoved, at peace. And this, dear one, makes it so much easier to rest, to sleep, to be. Now, as you lie here, perhaps you can feel this directly. Thoughts may arise, dreams may begin to form, and yet, awareness remains silent, open, unaffected. Just as in a dream, the scenes unfold, but the ground of awareness is untouched. And when we rest in this knowing, sleep becomes a gentle return to the ground of being, not a falling into unconsciousness, but a soft returning to the space from which all things arise. Now, imagine this. You are lying beneath a vast sky, and the dreams of the night are like clouds forming, moving, dissolving. You do not need to control them. You do not need to analyze them. You can simply rest as the sky, open, allowing, trusting the natural unfolding. And from this resting, sleep deepens. Dreams come and go. Sensations come and go. And awareness remains silent, spacious, at ease. Zen sometimes speaks of this as sleeping without sleeping, and not meaning that we do not sleep, but that awareness remains, even as the body rests deeply, not through effort, not through practice, but through the natural openness of being. Now, as you rest here, you do not need to try to stay aware. You do not need to hold on to awareness. Trust that it is here, always, whether noticed or not, just as the sky is here whether clouds cover it or not. And this trust allows for deeper letting go, because even if the mind fades, even if awareness seems to disappear, it is only the arising and passing of appearances. The ground remains silent, open, unaffected. Now, if thoughts arise, am I doing this right? Will I remember my dreams? Simply smile. These two are like clouds in the dream. No need to grasp. No need to resist. Let them pass and return again to this simple resting, breath moving, body soft, awareness wide, and let the night unfold as it will. Dreams may come. Dreams may not come. Sleep may be deep or light. All is welcome, because beneath it all awareness remains, holding all things. And from this knowing, a great peace arises, because there is no I who must do it right, no I who must control the night. There is only this soft unfolding, this natural being, and in this, sleep becomes a return to wholeness, a return to the ground of life, not an achievement, not a goal, but a simple homecoming. Now, dear one, as you drift deeper, trust this process. Let go of striving. Let go of the need to be aware or stay aware. Awareness is here, whether noticed or not, just as the sky is here, just as the ocean holds its waves. And in this trusting, the body relaxes more, the breath slows, the mind quiets, and sleep arises not from effort, but from ease. Now, rest deeper still. Let dreams come. If they will, let silence come. If it will, all is welcome. You are the space that holds it all. Vast, silent, at peace. Now, let sleep come, gently, softly, in its own perfect time. Now, dear one, as you rest here, breath slow, body soft, awareness vast, let us open gently to another beautiful image, one that can guide you even deeper into this night. It is the image of the night sky, the vast ciel, expanse above deep, dark, and yet so full of quiet presence. Often, we think of awareness as something bright, like light, like clarity, And when the mind grows quiet at night, when the body relaxes, and when darkness deepens, sometimes a subtle fear arises, a resistance to the dark, to the unknown, to the seeming loss of awareness. But in truth, awareness does not resist darkness. It holds it. It allows it, just as the night sky holds the stars and the spaces between the stars, just as the vast sky remains vast, whether clouds drift across it or not. And so too, awareness remains open even when the body moves towards sleep, even when thoughts fade, even when dreams arise, or when deep, silent rest comes. Now, as you lie here, feel this directly. The room may be dark, the eyes may be closed, the body may be soft, heavy, and yet something knows this, knows the presence of the body, knows the breath moving, knows even the darkness. And this, knowing this awareness, does not resist the dark. It allows it, it welcomes it. Zen sometimes speaks of becoming intimate with the dark, of awaken, not as something to be feared, not as something to be driven away, but as something to be embraced, because in truth, the dark is not the opposite of awareness. It is part of the great whole. And just as day and night dance together, just as breath rises and falls, just as the heart opens and closes, so too does awareness hold both light and dark, both clarity and mystery, both waking and sleep. And there is no need to cling to one or resist the other, no need to hold to waking, no need to fight the coming of sleep. Sleep is a return to the deep dark of being, a return to the womb of life. And when we rest in this knowing, sleep comes more gently, more fully, because we are no longer afraid. We are no longer resisting. We are allowing. Now, imagine this. You are lying beneath a vast night sky. There are stars, yes, but also vast stretches of darkness. And yet, the sky is not disturbed by this. It does not long for more light. It does not fight the dark. It simply holds it all. Vast, silent, at peace. And you, dear one, are this sky. Awareness is this vastness, holding breath, holding body, holding the coming and going of thought, holding the deepening of sleep. And there is nothing to resist, nothing to change, only this allowing. Now, as you lie here, perhaps sleep is already near. Perhaps dreams are beginning to form. Perhaps the mind is softening even more. And yet, awareness is here, not grasping, not pushing, just being. And this being holds even the darkness of sleep. For in truth, darkness is not absence. It is fullness. It is the fertile ground from which rest arises. Just as seeds sprout in the dark earth, just as life begins in the hidden places, so too does deep rest arise from the womb of night. And when we trust this, when we allow ourselves to be held by the dark, sleep becomes a kind of return, not a falling away, but a coming home. Now, if the mind stirs, I should stay aware, or I must not lose awareness, simply smile. Awareness is not something to hold. It is something that holds, and it holds even the deep dark of sleep, without effort, without fear, just as the sky holds the night. And so, dear one, rest deeper still, trust the dark, let the mind soften, let thought dissolve, let breath flow, and know you are held by awareness, held by life, held by the deep peace of being. And from this trust, sleep comes more easily, Because there is no longer a you trying to sleep. There is only life moving as it does, breath flowing, body resting, awareness holding all. Now, let yourself drift deeper, softer, into the heart of this night. Let dreams come. If they will, let deep sleep come. If it will, all is welcome. All is held. And you are this vastness, this openness, this peace. Now, rest and let sleep come gently, naturally, in its own perfect time. Now, dear one, as you rest here, breath soft, body heavy, mind spacious, let us turn gently toward one more truth. A truth that may accompany you not only through this night, but into tomorrow and beyond. It is this: awareness does not end when you sleep, nor does it begin when you wake. It is not tied to any particular state. It is the ground beneath all states, waking, dreaming, sleeping, and it is always here, silent, open, unaffected. So often, we imagine that awareness comes and goes, that it is something we enter through meditation, or something that disappears when we sleep. But in truth, it is like the sky. The sky does not vanish when night falls, nor does it appear only when the sun rises. It is always here, holding day and night, light and dark, waking and sleep. And when we begin to feel this, even a little life grows softer, because we no longer cling so tightly to any one state. We no longer fear the passing of one thing, nor grasp after another. We rest in the knowing that beneath all change, there is this vast, unchanging space. Now, as you drift towards sleep, perhaps you can feel this directly. The body is softening, thoughts are fading, dreams may be forming, and yet something remains. Silent knowing, spacious awareness. And this same awareness will be here in the morning, when the eyes open, when sounds return, when the body moves again. Awareness will be here, just as it is now. And this knowing brings great peace, because it means there is nothing to lose, nothing to grasp, nothing to achieve. You are already held always in this vast space. Now, imagine this tomorrow morning. As you wake, before reaching for the phone, before the mind rushes into plans, simply rest for a breath. Feel the body, feel the breath, and sense this awareness silent, open, here. The same awareness that holds this moment now, and the same awareness that will hold the moments of your day, walking, speaking, working, resting, all arise within this space. And knowing this, living from this life grows softer, not because everything becomes perfect, but because we stop resisting, we stop grasping, we flow with life, rather than against it. Zen sometimes says, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Oh, the difference is not in what we do, but in how we meet each moment, with openness, with presence, with awareness. And this, dear one, is always available, not only in meditation, not only in sleep, but in all of life. Now, as you rest even deeper, know that you are not preparing to leave awareness by sleeping, nor will you return to it by waking. You are resting in it now, and it will hold you through the night, through dreams, through deep sleep, and into tomorrow. And the more we trust this, the the softer life becomes. The less we grasp for one state over another, the more we allow life to unfold breath by breath, moment by moment. Now, if thoughts arise, will I remember this? Or, how should I practice tomorrow? Simply smile. There is no need to plan, no need to control. Life knows, awareness knows, and all unfolds in its own perfect time. Now, dear one, rest deeper still. Let go of the day. Let go of tomorrow. Let go of all striving. And trust that awareness holds all. And when the morning comes, you may wake gently, eyes opening, breath moving, and beneath it all this same vast space, silent, open, at peace. You do not need to get back to awareness. You are already here. Now, as you drift toward sleep, rest in this knowing. You are held. You are whole. You are already enough. There is nothing to do, nothing to achieve, only this breath, this resting, this deep peace. And when morning comes, you may carry this softness with you into the light of day, into the movement of life, and life itself will feel lighter, more open, more free. Now, rest deeper still. Let sleep come naturally, gently, held by this vast awareness, and know you are always held, in waking, in dreaming, in sleeping, in all of life. Now, rest and be at peace. Now, dear one, as you rest here, breath soft, body heavy, awareness vast, let us gently begin to turn toward the light of a new day. Not rushing, not forcing, simply allowing the natural unfolding just as the sky lightens after the deep dark of night. Imagine this. You are lying beneath a vast sky. All night, gentle rain has fallen, soft, steady, washing the earth. And now, as dawn approaches, the rain begins to ease. The air is fresh, the ground is nourished, and slowly, very slowly, the sky begins to brighten. Soft light spreading across the horizon, and the world stirs gently, without effort, without rush, just this natural unfolding. And this is how waking can be. Not a jolt, not a task, but a gentle return, a soft opening to the day. Now, as you rest here, know that even as sleep deepens, the body is preparing in its own time to wake. There is no need to plan, no need to think ahead. Just as the earth knows when to turn toward the sun, so too does your body know when to rise. And awareness will be here as it is now, silent, open, holding all. When the eyes open, when the sounds of morning return, when the body begins to move again, awareness will remain. You will not come back to awareness. You are already here, and this knowing brings great peace, because it means there is nothing to do, nothing to become, only this breath, this resting, this being. And when morning comes, you can carry this softness with you, just as the earth, after rain, holds the freshness of the storm. You can move through the day with this same openness, not striving, not grasping, but meeting each moment with gentle awareness, breath by breath, step by step. Zen sometimes speaks of walking in the dew of the morning, and not hurrying, not lost in thought, but present, alive, meeting the world as it is. And this is available to you, always. Now, as you rest deeper, feel this. The body knows how to wake. The breath knows how to move. Life knows how to unfold. You do not need to control it. You do not need to prepare for it. You can trust it. And from this trust, life flows with greater ease. Now, imagine tomorrow morning, the first stirrings of wakefulness, a breath, a flicker of light behind the eyes, and before the mind rushes in, pause, feel the body, feel the breath, feel this vast awareness, the same awareness that holds you now, and meet the day as the sky meets the morning light, softly, openly, without rush, without force. And in this way, life becomes lighter, more spacious, more free, because you are no longer chasing moments, no longer grasping at states, but living from this open awareness. Now, as you rest here, trust this process. Sleep might deepen, dreams may come, and soon, in their own time, the body will move toward waking. There is no need to plan, no need to grasp. Life knows, and you are held always in this vast space. Now, rest deeper still, and when morning comes, rise gently, like the earth after rain, soft, fresh, alive, and carry this peace with you, not as something to hold tightly, but as a gentle fragrance, a natural presence, in walking, in speaking, in meeting each moment of the day, breath by breath, step by step. Now, dear one, rest, trust life, trust this unfolding, and when the time comes, let the body wake softly, let the eyes open gently, and meet the day as the sky meets the sun, open, vast, at peace. Now, rest and be at peace. Now, dear one, as you rest here, drifting in this vast openness, breath soft, body at ease, let us come gently to the close of this shared journey, not with a sharp ending, not with a task, but with a simple, natural settling, like the evening sky deepening into night, or like a wave returning to the sea. For in truth, there is no final destination here, no state to capture, no awareness to hold on to. Into life moves, awareness holds, and we rest in this flow. So often, when we taste deep stillness, as you have here tonight, there is a subtle impulse to keep it, and quote, to hold it tightly, to make sure we do not lose this peace. But this very grasping creates tension, because peace cannot be grasped. Awareness cannot be owned. It is like the sky. You cannot catch it. You can only rest as it. And when we trust this, when we let go of the need to stay aware, life flows with greater ease. Now, imagine tomorrow. You wake, the eyes open, sounds return, the mind begins to stir, and perhaps for a moment there is the memory of this deep peace, of this openness, and in that moment, you may smile, knowing this peace was never achieved. End quote. It was never held. End quote. It was always here beneath all things, and it is here now. And it will be here in the movement of the day, in conversation, in walking, in working, not because you maintain awareness, but because awareness is your natural ground. Now, if during the day the mind grows busy, or emotions stir, or challenges arise, that is fine. You do not need to fight this. You do not need to get back to awareness, because you never left. Just as the sky is not lost when clouds appear, just as the ocean is not disturbed by waves, awareness remains. silent, vast, holding all. And this knowing brings great freedom, because it means we can live fully, laugh fully, feel fully, without fear of losing peace. There is nothing to lose, nothing to chase. Now, as you rest here, know this: there is no perfect state to maintain, no enlightened self to become. There is only life moving as it does, awareness holding all, and you resting in this flow. Zen sometimes says, let the mind be like the vast sky, not grasping, not rejecting, simply holding all things lightly. End of And this is how we can live, softly, openly, without the strain of perfection, without the burden of self-improvement. Now, dear one, as this night unfolds, sleep may deepen, dreams may come, and in time the morning will arrive, and you will wake, and life will move, and in all of it this awareness remains. You do not need to make it so. You do not need to force it. You can trust it and live lightly, freely. Now, if the mind whispers, will I remember this? Or, how can I keep this peace? Simply smile. That, too, is just a thought, a cloud in the sky. No need to grasp, no need to resist. Let it pass and return to this soft resting, this openness. And from this openness, life unfolds more gently, more joyfully. Now, dear one, rest deeper still. Let go of striving, let go of becoming, and simply be as you are. And when morning comes, move into the day softly, not trying to hold awareness, but trusting it is here always. And if the mind grows busy, that is fine. And if peace arises, that is fine. All is welcome, all is held. And this is the true fruit of practice, not a perfect state, but a soft openness to all of life. Now, as you rest, trust this. Sleep if you will, dream if you will, wake if you will. Awareness holds all, and you are already whole, already enough. Now, rest and be at peace. Dear one, our journey together for this night is coming to its natural close, not an end, but a gentle unfolding into what comes next. Perhaps you are drifting in deep sleep now, or perhaps you are resting in the soft space between waking and dreaming, or perhaps morning light is beginning to touch the edges of your awareness. Wherever you are, know this: there is nothing you need to hold on to, nothing you need to keep. Awareness is not something you must grasp. It is already here. It is what you are, and life will carry you breath by breath, moment by moment, through whatever unfolds next. You do not need to try. You do not need to remember. Trust the flow. And when you wake, whether in a few hours or in the morning, you may find that a subtle softness remains, a gentle openness, a space of ease within the movement of life. Let it be natural. Let it be light. No need to stay mindful. And no need to maintain anything. Simply meet each moment as it is, with breath, with openness, with trust, and know you can return to this space at any time, not by striving, but by remembering that awareness is always here, silent, open, holding all. Now, dear one, may your night be peaceful. May your sleep be deep. May your waking be soft. And may you move through life with the lightness of one who knows there is nowhere to get to, nothing to become, only this breath, only this moment. And this is enough. Rest well. Dear one,